XtrOdinary Live. And I am your music host, Suave, also known as Ridwan Anderson. And I have with me Miss Gigi Gonzalez.
Yes, I am your fashion host.
All right, and we have our guest, Black Queen.
On the scene.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. So look, guys, we got some great topics. We got some great people on the show today. We have Denim, a fashion designer. We have some models on the red carpet. We have some great talent on the show today. He's the one that actually did our theme song for XtrOdinary Live. And we also have a actress, okay, relationship expertise. She's absolutely phenomenal. You guys will absolutely love every one of these segments. You guys will absolutely love it. And she's one of my favorites. She's terrific. So anyway, let's get on. So let's talk. We're gonna start out. We're talking about some hot topics. So what do you guys think? Now, first of all, give it up for Black Panther, y'all. Yeah, give it up for Black Panther. Absolutely, the #1 movie in the world.
Yes.
#1 movie in the world.
Wakanda. Forever.
Right. Take me to Wakanda. That's right. Correct. I think they even had it at Atlanta Airport. They did it just to show, just for fun. They put Wakanda as if it was a real place to go. That's how great it, and that, it really made an impact. It really made an impact. So, what do you guys think about? There was a lot of controversy that people were saying about Black Panther. A lot of black people, a lot of African American people went out to support Black Panther, and some people says, well, I'm not going to support it because some people at first thought it was about the real Black Panthers of the '60s, and it was not. It's a Marvel movie. And some people thought, well, I don't really want to support it because they felt like it was going to, it was supporting not what it felt it really was not supporting black people, some of the ones. And everybody has different views on that because they figured that, okay, well, if Disney, funded Black Panther, while some of the actors and actresses are making 10 or 20 million, Disney is making hundreds of millions off of Black Panther. So that's why some people were like, okay, well, I don't want to support it. But I think the word got around that it was so good, I think people couldn't help but to see it. And then they went to see it again and again and then again and again. So what do you think about that, Black Queen? That didn't bother you none. Right?
We all gotta eat. And when I seen it, it was just, it empowered me. Even though it was a superhero movie, but it had a lot of meaning to it. It showed unity. It showed, about, taking accountability of certain things and protecting family. So it wasn't just zeroed down on a particular nationality, but we need that. It's unfortunate that we don't have much of it, but I felt good coming out there as a brown-skinned woman after seeing that. No offense to any of our red bones, but we just need to get more exposure as for loving ourselves, our nappy hair, our kinky hair, our straight hair, or whatever it may be. And that's what Wakanda did. Wakanda forever. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. So on a different note, now, Trump, you guys heard about Trump now, with the military parade. He wants to gallop around and show his. What do you guys think about the military? Did you guys hear about the military and what they did? They suddenly had this massive outbreak in bone spurs. So they basically said, not really, y'all know what I'm saying, but they're saying, well, if everybody has bone spurs, then we can't walk on this parade. So anybody in military uniform, we can't do it. So, what do you think about that?
I don't think about it.
Going off with what she was saying, since we don't care too much about Trump, so we don't really know too much about it. So yeah, I heard about the news and everything, and I think I support them banning it because I don't support him.
Well, isn't he getting sued by a porn star and all that kind of stuff? You know what I'm saying? It's always something. They say it's like a reality show with Trump. It's always something. So on that political note, on a sad note, I guess I can say, with these school shootings, there's 17 shootings in the NRA. We all know that the NRA, it seems to be like they're more powerful than the government, and they supported this. And in my opinion, well, it is support. They donated $10 million. I don't know if you guys know that. Excuse me, not $10 million. $10,000. They supported $10,000 to the shooter.
Wow.
to supposedly show him how to use a gun safely. Isn't that crazy? Because remember, their goal is to protect those gun laws. They don't want that to be abolished. They want to keep those gun laws. So I really just think that's crazy. I mean, what do you think? NRA donate $10,000 to the shooter?
I mean, that's ludicrous. I don't even have any words for it because it doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
And I don't understand how anyone can get into a school with an automatic machine gun, for one, and for two, you're donating money for a person to kill our children, our future, innocent children. So, I mean, I don't want to get the cussing or nothing up here, but it pisses me off, like, for real.
But, I agree.
And it doesn't make any sense to me at all.
And they also, one of the big controversies now is that they're wanting the teachers to be armed at the schools. Like, how do you guys feel about that? And the thing is, I have children. I have a 6-year-old and I have a 3-year-old. So personally, I think that they need to have a police officer or somebody definitely at the school. I personally wouldn't support having the teacher having a gun because some teachers are crazy. Like my son, I have an autistic son, and his teacher's insane. Like, she's done all sorts of things to him and everything, and I'm trying to get him out of that school. So I wouldn't support having the teachers carry the guns, but I think that there needs to be somebody there to protect our kids.
Exactly, and I agree with you, and it doesn't make sense to me that they're feeling like everyone needs to be armed. That's not the message we want to give. But I really believe like they should get the military or someone that's retired in the military, put snipers at the doorway. I don't know what you have to do, but you can't just give anybody a gun because it's more than carrying a gun. You have to know how to use it. And people always use, we go off emotions. So I don't think that's a good idea.
So let me tell you my take on that. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen with that. Y'all know, we've had a lot of long history with police brutality. And the favorite line of the police officer is, I felt my life was at threat. That it will be the first thing that those teachers will do is say, oh, I felt like that student, my life was at threat. Shoot that child. That's exactly what's going to happen. And so I don't support teachers, having guns, because now you got to put teachers through training. Now it's probably spending more government funds to train all teachers how to carry an armed gun. That, to me, that's crazy. All right, Monique, first of all, let me ask you this. Have y'all went ahead, I hope every one of y'all have canceled y'all Netflix. Have y'all canceled y'all Netflix out there? I'm about to call Monique right now.
She's upset because she's getting $500,000, and I'd be happy with $500,000. She hasn't been on TV for a while, so she's upset because like Chris Rock and all these other comedians are making millions, but everybody else knows Chris Rock. I mean, he's a big celebrity, so she's upset for the $500,000 that she's getting paid. I wouldn't be upset with $500,000. I'd be very happy.
That's true. And you made a really, really good point, I think, is that, she hadn't been on the scene a little bit. So she wants to talk about Chris Rock and all these other comedians getting paid $20 million and offered by Netflix. But boo, you hadn't been out. You hadn't been out. I mean, so when they look at it like, okay, well, if I offer you $20 million, how much money will I get back in return from that? Can I make a profit? Because you guys know it's all about the Benjamins. It's not all about helping out your ego. Because she said she's the most decorated artist. First of all, do y'all know what that means? The most decorated artist? Because I'm still trying to figure out what that means. She said she's the most decorated artist. So I think she should have taken the money, or she could have went ahead and renegotiated it, because there's been a lot of controversy on whether she could have still bargained and probably would have gave her $2 or $3 million. And not to mention that, have you ever heard about Monique being hard to work with and stuff like that?
No, I haven't. I mean, me myself, I like Monique. I saw her in, what was that movie?
Don't start me lying. See what I'm saying? Already. You just forgot.
Precious. That's the last movie I But I mean, she's an awesome woman. She's a woman with, a lot of, she's funny. I don't think that $500 is a disrespect. I think that any little bit counts.
$500 is a disrespect. He said $500, girl.
$500,000. It's not disrespectful. So I don't understand why she's upset. It doesn't make any sense. She should just donate it if she feels like she don't want it.
And she came back. I think it was on the Breakfast Club, and she talked about they made her donkey of the day. Then she came and tried to go in on the person that interviewed her about being donkey of the day. It was another TV show made a donkey of the day. Radio show. So she has some good points. I will give it to Moni. She has some good points, but I think the bad outweighs the good. But not really doing it like that. So anyway, so speaking of still in entertainment, y'all heard about Martin, the sitcom? Y'all know it's coming back, right? Yeah. What's that? Yeah. Yes, it's coming back. Pam, Gina, all of that. So we are, as well as Roseanne and a lot of people those bringing back those sitcoms and stuff like that. And then we got Mary J. Blige. Now, that's my girl too, because I know we talked about her on the last show. So I feel sorry about Mary J. Blige because her husband been running her through the mill. So now they're saying that Mary J. Blige owes her husband $100,000 a month.
Whoa,
Crazy.
$30,000.
That's insane. I can't pay
$100,000 a month. Now how is this woman gonna pay $100,000 a month? My girl can't even enjoy, $100,000 a month.
When did it go up to that? I thought it was $30,000. I went to her concert and she mentioned something about
Baby,
that.
that's why she was at the concert to get prepared to pay the $100,000.
So why are they saying she owes him that?
Now that I don't know. But I don't think he deserves it. I don't think he deserves it. Y'all think he deserves $100,000 a month, ladies?
Hell no.
I don't think so.
$100 on.
Whatever he wants to. So anyway, let's go ahead and we're talking about entertainment and politics and all that stuff. Let's get to some of our guest hosts tonight. What y'all think? All right.
Was one of the models. I met him there. He's amazing. And I want you guys to show him some love. It's for Denim. It is an honor to have her on our show. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your line and how did you get started?
Honestly, this will be a fun story. The way I started, it was through a contest.
Okay. Which contest?
Personal contest for the front of school. We was getting dressed.
Okay.
Yeah, and we shopped at the same stores every day. So it didn't make no sense on who was going to win the dress contest.
Yeah.
So, I like my microphone. I like mine. I'm sorry.
That mic is messed
I apologize. So, throughout the process, I made a pair of jeans, and I wore them to school the next day. He didn't approve of them, so I know he liked them. And once someone don't like it in my head, that means it's hot. So y'all should keep that. If somebody don't like something, that means you're doing a good job. So once he said he didn't like it, I knew I had it. And when I knew I had it, I didn't take it nowhere until I went home and my mom seen it, and that's where I got my gift from. And she laughed, and so I did it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So your love for fashion started since you were young. When did that start? When did you have that spark?
Oh, in high school, fashion felt me like a friend, like I'll be sitting right now. I didn't even know I was gonna do it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was getting dressed every day. So
So where are you from originally?
Philadelphia.
Really? I'm from Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, yes we are.
I kept it because of the relationship with my mom.
The what?
The relationship with my mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in our cities, we grow up there, we grow up fast.
Yep, we did.
So, I wanted to keep that there to keep a foundation with me and her. And fashion honestly took me away from my city.
Is she what inspired you to get into fashion? Was she your role model to get into it?
No,
Okay, so what was your biggest inspiration to get into fashion?
the thought of not having.
The what?
The thought of not having.
Not having.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what makes you grow as a person. When you don't have something, you go after it, whether it's your dreams, your goals, clothes, lifestyle.
Exactly. And so what made you choose the name for Denim as your brand?
My cousin. Yeah, he's a hater, so I kept it.
He's a what?
Yeah, he's a hater, so I kept it. Yeah.
And so, what are some of the people or brands that you're working with right now?
Right now, I want to give a shout out to Walk.
Yeah, Walk Fashion.
Yeah, especially second of all, your company XtrOdinary Live for allowing me to be here tonight. That's a blessing.
And where would you like to showcase your clothing line, like in the world? Like, where would you like to go?
I wouldn't say Japan, but I mean, right now, it's just, the sky's the limit. It doesn't matter where I go. Wherever I go, we make peace and we make it happen.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't have no particular place. I happen to be placed anywhere in the world and just make it happen. Just do it.
So explain to us a little bit about your clothing line. How does it look? Just give us a little bit of detail in your clothing line.
Okay, well tonight I'm not dressed as you can see. I just have on clothes. I make male and female. No, I got my car outfit on like I'm fixing cars. It's cool, you know. But I make male and female clothes. I mean, like I said, I love what I do, and every day it gets better and better. It feels new to me every time I do it. So big audience, small audience, I still showcase.
It's very beautiful.
Designed for cancer survivors.
I was gonna do one for you special. I called you the miracle.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna do one for you. Yeah, I was gonna do one. So you can send me your sizes, and I keep my word.
So thank you for being here. Clothing, did you want to bring some of it up so you can show it to everybody? I know you have it on the table.
I was inspired by Black Panther. I ain't gonna lie, they got my attention too. And they come all the way down. They come in all sizes. This one right here, it's like a wrap, but you can wear a bodysuit over it. Jeans, pretty much any one. Same thing with the tops. The casual tops, you could pretty much wear them dressed up or dressed down. And as I was explaining to y'all, the clothing line could be an urban, elegant line. So if you want to just scrap all the urban stuff, I can make you elegant if you want it.
that's me.
Thank you.
That's
And I make all sizes, plus size, standard size, it doesn't matter. I have no discrimination.
Where can we find you? Like on Facebook and Instagram?
You can
Where are
follow me
you
at Live Love See Denim. And next week when I have my fashion show at the Dollhouse on Barker Street, I'll be announcing my new website that's coming out. So as of right now, you follow me now. I keep in contact with y'all, keep in contact with me, and I'll see all my information.
Next up, I want to introduce and call out a very, 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 very special person. As I said before, she is a relationship expert. She is amazing. And I'll give it up for Miss April Mason. So how you doing, Miss April
I'm
Mason?
good, darling. Thank you for having me last minute.
Good,
I
good.
gotta say hey to my Facebook family. Hold on, y'all. This is where my money is at. This is where I make my checks. So hey, Facebook family, it's Relationship Thursday, and I know I'm not live on my studio, but we're here at the XtrOdinary Network. So can y'all say hey, Facebook family? Hey. All right, there we go. So I can't get y'all your shout outs, but I love you.
April Mason. So you go live every single Thursday, is that correct?
I do. It started a couple years ago. At the top of 2006, I had taken a break from social media and everything. I went through a couple things. Y'all know when you go through stuff, you gotta go sit down. So I had to go sit down. But when I came back, I saw a video that really bothered me about why black women won't get married. But everything that they listed were things that men don't choose women on. It said something like, you know, these educated, smart, God-fearing, degreed women don't have anybody to choose from. I'm like, but that's not the only thing that makes a woman a woman. Her accomplishments are not the only thing. So you're looking for a man, you're actually giving masculine traits to try to attract a masculine man. So I did a video on that, and it went viral. We had, I don't know what happened, it just picked back up again, so we got 3 million views now.
Wow.
World Star Hip Hop picked it up, and you know they don't pick
Y'all
up
give it
nothing.
up for her.
They don't pick up nothing positive on World Star Hip Hop.
Right.
And so that's how the Relationship Thursday started, because I had to go through some things. I went through a bad breakup, and y'all know how we do when we cut our hair off, and we color it, and we just do whatever we want to do when we go through a bad breakup, because we hate him. And so
Right.
I took an 18-month hiatus, and then I came back.
Were you a mad black woman?
I'm never a mad black woman.
Were you then?
No, actually I was grateful. I was just hurt and disappointed.
Okay.
I wasn't mad. I don't believe in
So I guess there's a difference.
that type.
Because most women get to be a man, black woman. Have you ever been a man, black woman?
Can I keep it real?
Go ahead.
I'm mad as hell still. But with a smile. I mean, seriously, it's hurtful to go through. I was married twice. Like I said, I have 8 children. My situation, I was abused. So, I have a right to be angry. Anger is an emotion that is okay to have. But I don't, single out all men as bad men. But I've been going on celibacy, like I'm got friends with a vibrator. As far as everybody here don't
Oh, you got a Bob, a battery operated boyfriend? Okay.
But I mean, I have trust issues. I'm just going to be real. So I probably really need to be, following you, learning how to get past that, because it's very damaging when kids are involved and you feel like you did everything that you can do. You submit, you cook, you clean, you try to be sexy. You do all of it, and then it's still not enough. And then, yes, I've been angry. I am angry.
Can I tell you something?
Yes, please.
Your past is over with. The only thing now is the story that you continue to repeat about your past.
Yes.
Let me also tell you something. I went through 12 years of molestation from my father and stepfather. I went through domestic violence where my kid's father had my face into a wall where you would not recognize it. I've been raped by somebody that I was dating, all at the hands of black men. But at the end of the day, I choose love. I chose to let it go, because if I choose to hold every man accountable, I wouldn't be getting no quality dates right now. Okay? So you can hold on to it, but me holding on to it left me in the hospital having to have back surgery at 32. Because my unforgiveness stopped right here. So when you start looking at all of the effects that holding on to what somebody did, and we also have to look at the fact, maybe the way they were raised is the reason why they did what they did.
Yeah.
And I think what we don't consider is that part, because we look at everything that we do, but as women, I gotta say, we always see the red flag, but we act like we don't. Because I look at the fact that if he go crazy doing road rage, I can't date you. Because I don't know if you're gonna go off on me. So I pay attention to that. I pay attention to how a man talks to the waiter when we're out, how we deal with people that's serving us. I look at all of those things. And I think sometimes we can want something so bad, or I know as women, we always want to give people chances. Well, he's gonna be, he just needs somebody to love him through it. No, we need to get the hell on. And that becomes the whole value thing. So to answer your question about what I teach, I don't consider myself a relationship expert. I consider myself as someone that just teaches common sense. If you don't like how somebody is treating you, get the hell on. Period. I teach womanhood and femininity because I believe as women, especially African American women, we have lost that. I did a tour last year, a 7-city tour, and the first question I asked the women I said, y'all already paid, you know who I am. Who are you? And I asked everybody in there, and they told me what they did and the degrees that they had and where they lived, but they never told me who they were. So when you pull all of that stuff away from you, who are you? Minus your degree, minus your fraternity you're in, the church you go to, the car you drive, how good your credit is, the house you live in the neighborhood you live in. Who are you? And most of us could never handle that. That's why I had to take 18 months off after my breakup.
All
I
right.
got to figure that out.
Wow. So let me ask you this, because I know you guys, and both of you guys are female. Do you? Because I have a little past as well. Was married for 10 years, and I married a woman with 2 kids that were not mine and treated them as my own. Do you ever come across men that have been abused too? Because abuse goes both ways, because you always hear about women being abused, but what about men?
Well, when I first came out with my first book in 2010 about my life story and dealing with the molestation, I got just as many men calling me as women, and I think what really tripped me out was I was getting calls from like very well-known bishops and pastors saying, April, I saw your video, I saw what you talk about, I think I'm gonna need to step down because I'm dealing with these issues. So I have men that have dealt with abuse from women mentally. Now, I had to ask for forgiveness from the brothers because I used to think that there's certain things that you guys should just know. But I had to realize if a man was not taught love, if a man was not taught how to be a masculine man,
Yeah.
he's not going to understand, the things that you want him to do. If his mama told him he wasn't, I think that's ish, then, he's going to automatically gravitate toward women that way. A lot of the men that I coach, what happens is they're really great guys, but they'll say they don't want a certain kind of woman, but they get that kind of woman.
Right.
So I had a guy tell me, April, you know what, I'm so tired of, these kind of women and these. I said, you can't Captain Save them, that's your name. I'm a Captain, you Captain Save them. Every woman that you get, she needs to be rescued from something. Her car done broke down. Her rent need to be paid. You got to rescue her from the baby daddy because he's trying to shoot her. And why do you continue to get those kind of women? I'm like, what's wrong with you? But this was a guy that was actually trying to date me. Mm-hmm. And I asked questions, y'all. I don't go without asking questions no more. I do it in a kind of sexy, fly way, but I get all the information that I need.
Right.
And he said, well, I'm choosing not to date those kind of women anymore. And I said, so what are you doing to ensure that you don't? He said, I'm just not going to do it. I said, I can't date you. He said, what do you mean? I said, if you're not putting new information in, you're going to automatically default and create drama between you and I because I'm not giving you that psychological drama that you're accustomed to. So what I've realized about our men that have been abused mentally, physically, and some of these women will hit these men. Don't act like that. There's no domestic violence with these women. And they know they can call the police and be like, the black man did it.
It's true.
Because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to my brother. The girl that slapped the hell out of herself and called the police. I said, I'm so glad I was here because I'm about to beat you. But he still got in trouble. They still took her side, even though he didn't do anything. So I've seen that happen. But I believe that our men need to get therapy just as much as we do so that we don't continue to repeat the cycles of, if you heard your mama tell you wasn't crap. I've met quite a lot of guys whose mothers were not affectionate, whose mothers were not caring. So now they equate love to, you got to bust windows out my car and check my phone. That's how I feel love, and tell me that I ain't nobody. And so they continue to attract those kind of women, but deep down they don't want to, but they don't know how to stop the cycle.
Mm.
All right.
That's definitely true. One thing that I will take from that, that I would definitely say, and I will never ever forget, red flags.
Oh, yes.
All those red flags that I've seen, I thought, well, we went through this, that'll change. I remember a situation that I think I was going to get hit in the head with a bottle. And
You probably was.
That was before marriage. I should have just certain red flags. I won't go too deep. But there's just certain red flags that I definitely don't never go. My belief is, and my dad taught me this too, but never go into a situation assuming that a person is going to change.
Honey, accept that.
Yeah, if a person shows you who they are, accept them for what they are. Don't go in thinking that you're going to be this miracle dad, because I thought I had 2 kids.
You having flashbacks?
I'm having a flashback. I'm having a flashback. And my dad and my uncle, they warned me, and they told me, one more, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but when a kid, when the original fathers are not in their life, and then you step in and think you're going to be hero daddy, when they grow up, they, in the back of their mind, when they get into the rebellious ages, they're going to think the first thing coming in their head is
You're not my daddy.
daddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it's hurtful in a lot of different ways, but definitely I'm glad that you can see things from a man's point of view, because I know that there are a lot of men that did not have, fortunately I had a father, but in my life, mother and father, but there are a lot of men that have not had father figures in their lives, so they don't know how to. So I'm very, very traditional.
And we have to learn how to stop trying to save everybody's crazy. Once you see crazy, let it be what it is.
Yeah.
It's crazy as hell. They crazy. Once you see it, and I think what we do as people, we like to love people through stuff. My name is not the Lord. That is not my job. I'm not trying to love you through anything. See, my job as a woman, and I have a book called Are You an Asset? 10 Keys to Being a Woman Who Brings More to the Table Than Her Appetite. And when I have a group with about 5,500 women in it, and what I teach them is your job is to sit back, receive, observe, have a mental check note. Stop trying to force stuff to happen and just see what the person is presenting to you. Stop trying to make stuff happen. I said, when we get into mode of trying to make relationships work, it's because we live from a lack mindset. We don't believe that there's best out there, so we'll settle for what's better. Well, I had my time settling for what was better, and I often talk about the 80-20 rule. I don't believe in the 80-20 rule in the same way other people do. My last relationship was 80% what I wanted. Every Friday was Shop Friday. I got an allowance every week. Drove what I wanted. I mean, it was like I was living a fairy tale lifestyle. However, what my core needs were inside of the 20%. And sometimes people just don't have the capacity to give you what you need, but they can always give you what you want. And he would always say, why can't I buy you nothing that's gonna make it right? I said, because your money is not what I'm looking for. Thank you though, give me all my gifts, but that's not what it's not enough to keep me. So he was always puzzled. Like, I give you everything, but I said, but you're not giving me what I need. And here are my core needs. Here is my top 3 love languages. Can you meet those? And he didn't meet them. So you can, we're not together no more.
Can you elaborate on what are your needs? Just maybe about 2 or 3.
Well, it depends on the woman. For me, I've always been a corporate woman. I'm from San Francisco Bay Area, and I've always been the corporate woman, the woman that had her ish together, hair right, nails right, everything, had my briefcase. But one of the things that I noticed was I didn't know who I was. So in order to get to your core needs, you got to get to the core of you. So every woman's needs are different. I know me, my number 1 love language is quality time. You don't have no time for me, I can't hang out with you. It's like, if I'm not feel like I'm first, I can't kick with you. Like, if you can't fit me into your schedule, it's not gonna work. Well, that and my kids are 24, 22, and 20. And if you got kids under that, I can't date you. But anyway, I'm empty nester and I'm loving it. So you have to figure out what your things are. And the only way to do that is in a way that most people don't want to do it. And it's getting by yourself. And when you get by yourself and get rid of the distractions and learn how to put you first. I know you said you have 8 kids. I have the 3 and then I have the 2 grandkids. But I've learned how to tell them no, and hell no. Depending on what day it is and what they're asking for. But I had to get to me. So after the breakup happened, I went silent for 18 months. And I said, well, God, my next time around, I don't want the same result. If you want to know how your life is going, look at the results that you're getting. Your results don't lie. You can be as fabulous looking as you want to, but look at them results. So I didn't want the same results. I didn't want another broken marriage. So I had to become the woman that I desired first. So I believe that you're supposed to be who you're asking for. Don't ask for a man with 6 figures if you ain't making it. I believe that. Don't ask for somebody to take care of you if you can't take care of yourself. Don't ask for somebody to put you first if you ain't putting yourself first. You train people on how to treat you. And I'm doing my self-work. I'm going to train them real well. Because I've learned how to put me first and not feel guilty for self, period. That's the sense.
And that's what you call living.
That's me living.
Living. You don't have to be fixing nothing and I gotta fix him and I gotta fix
We're not taught that because especially in our community, we're taught that, you stand by your man, even regardless of what he's doing. And so my thing is, I'll stand by you, side of you, in front of you, behind you, but you have to be bringing something to the table. You gotta be something to stand by. You can't just be, just here for what you here for. You're like, hey, life, what's your purpose? And I believe, and I teach my women that, and I teach my men that I coach that it's called purpose mate. And I don't believe in soulmates in the same way. I got my own little things. I believe that once you find your purpose, that's when you should be trying to find who you're supposed to be with. Because the worst thing that I did when I got married was I picked a man that was not in alignment with my purpose because I didn't know it. And I said, I refuse to do that again because your person should be able to complement your purpose. If y'all getting together, he wanted to live in the country. Yeah, I'm from the city. Ain't nobody living on 75 acres of land. He wanted 6 kids. I'm like, I already got 3. We ain't doing this no more. So what we were doing was not in alignment, and you find so many people that are just getting together. He cute, she cute. Oh, I love you. I refuse to marry somebody just because I love them.
Or financial reasons.
Or financial reasons. I can't marry you just for money or I love you. It got to be purpose, and purpose got to be together. Love, I might not feel like I love you more.
So isn't it true that some women think that maybe their time clock is running out, so they settle for less
That's the lack mentality.
Financial stability and stuff, so they just kind of.
Yeah, now I could have done that in my last situation. I really could have. Everybody was like, oh my God, you left that. I'm like, yeah. I said, I'll never forget. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. The Lord woke me up. and I don't even sweat, but I was in a cold sweat. And I woke up, I was like, I heard a voice say, get a car back. And I said, what? Get a car back. What? The one outside? The very next day, that's when I learned how to trust the voice and trust myself. And I called my best friend CJ and I said, hey, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to follow me somewhere at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I got in the car, my baby, and I took it to his place of employment. And I left it there. With a note, thank you for everything, I wish you the best. I had my friend CJ take me to Avis Rent-A-Car. I know how I was going to pay for it because he was taking care of me. So I wasn't really doing any business. I took it back, and CJ was like, where are we going? I said, we're going to Avis. Picked up a rental car. Got in that car, changed my number immediately in the car. Got home, had a 3-day notice on my door because I was like, Daddy ain't taking care of little mama no more. Right. But this is what I mean by not living in lack mentality. I acted as though I had it. I went and got the baddest car off the Avis Rent-A-Car lot that I could afford. I feel like put it like this: if you ain't got no money, you can afford it anyway. So why go get? I didn't want to look in a little, ride in a little compact. My boys played sports; it was too small. So I got home, had a 3-day notice on the door, and I would normally panic. I said, you know what, God, I'm gonna keep going for my walk. This will be all right. On the 3rd day, a company, I run in addition to what I do for my personal brand, I run a social media marketing and branding company. So I had met with a church months before. Girl, they finally called me on that 3rd day and said, we got a $2,000 check for you. At that moment, I knew you made the right decision. You know, and so it's all about learning how to trust you. The whole process is connected from a spiritual standpoint to changing the way that you think, the people you hang around, and everything.
Right,
it all goes together.
Right. So what are some of the issues that normally that men? Because I know when I watch you live, there's some men that comment and stuff. Yeah, and because I'll be honest, I remember I told you I was very traditional, and so to me it's very hard to find women today that know how to be elegant, they know how to be classy, they know how to, because I'm from old school, so I say that, like, even the way a woman dresses, I say if you're going to dress provocative, there's nothing, you're not leaving anything for my imagination. You understand what I'm saying? And so everything just, I mean, so to me it's hard to find a good woman. I mean, in that sense.
What are you looking at, baby?
Well, I mean, I'm not looking at all. I mean, I'm really, I have issues of.
Well, let me ask you this: do you know what you need?
I do.
What you need?
What I need is a woman that is supportive. And what I mean by supportive, I've had a lot of business ideas. I'm a business owner and entrepreneur, and there are many times where I've had business ideas. I've done the research to make sure it was a great idea. I've researched my city. I've researched the newspaper, and got to the point to where she says, well, she's comfortable with working for somebody else for the rest of her life. I'm the total opposite. I feel like I can own a business. So, there was a lot of support issues. So support is another big thing. And a woman that's, she dresses classy. She carries herself like Miss Universe.
Do you hang out in places where entrepreneurial-minded women are? Did you go to eventbrite.com and put in networking events and go check those out? That's what I tell my fellas and my ladies to do. You got to go where what you want is. If you don't go to where they are, you expect. I just believe, like, okay, I'm going to tell y'all this secret. I like entrepreneurial type men, right? I like men that have schedules like mine. I work from home. And, if you work with 8 to 5, that's cool, but we probably going to hit and miss each other a little bit. So what I do is I'll go and Home Depot and Lowe's and act like I'm looking for something in the morning, because the fellas that are in real estate investment, that's where they hang out at. And they be like, do you need some? I don't even know. I was looking for these nails. And everybody want to come help me. So I'm putting myself in a position to be in a place where the type of men that I like would be. I went to a golf club this past Sunday. I don't know how to play golf, but the man sat there and showed me how to keep score, and I was like, for real? So you have to go where the type of men
So there's nothing wrong with actually looking or putting yourself in position.
No, my thing is position yourself to be found. We think, I think we think of love as a fairy tale. Like somebody just gonna walk up one day and, oh my God, it's a UPS man and he's been delivered and this is yours. I believe you need to go where the men are and stop being freaking lazy. Dating should not be in addition to your life. It should be in conjunction with it. Because if you're on purpose, on your road to purpose, you're going to meet your purpose mate. But if you're sitting around and not on purpose, what you waiting on?
Right. So
She got a question. Good.
I just wanted to ask, you know how it says, not to take it all to the Bible, but it said that a man finds it's a good thing, like the man's supposed to find a woman. So,
Oh, I like this one.
but just happen to, you know, put yourself out there like that. You know?
Okay. He who finds a wife does not mean he who approaches her first. Now, are you lost?
I'm fine.
I mean, are you lost? Like, do you believe that you have to be lost in order for somebody to like find you? Like, I'm just sitting around waiting to be picked like a piece of cotton, but I'm not doing anything to. This is what I believe. I believe you could be dating somebody for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and he says, "I found a wife in her." I don't believe in it to the point where it's he who approaches her first in the grocery store. Because I'll make a move on you real quick in the grocery store. Excuse me, sir. Can you pick that for me? Your muscles, you look like you got exactly what I need. Can you pick that, please?
I'll get right on with
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
And if I can't reach it, I'm gonna climb up there.
I really appreciate you. So I just believe, and as women, we've gotten stuck with that. I was raised in church all my life. All of my uncles and pastors and bishops, apostles, the whole nine, and a lot of them was still sitting around waiting to be picked like a piece of cotton. And I just chose to do something different. And once I chose to do something different and put myself in environments where the type of people I wanted to meet are, I started getting quality dates. I have a bunch of options.
Awesome. So Ms. April, tell us about your books. Where can we find your books?
You can go to aprilmason.com there, and you can always find me on social media. Facebook is my platform under Miss April Mason, and you can see about 200 or some odd Relationship Thursdays.
So everything's still MASON. So tell them your social media.
Miss MS April Mason. April like the month, and Mason like the jar.
Cool. And you're on Instagram as well.
Yes, under the same name.
Okay, and you do a little acting as well too. Reality show.
Yeah, I did my first reality show. It was interesting.
I know. I've been checking you out a little bit.
It was interesting.
Awesome. I've been seeing you do some great things on there. You take some really nice photos. I see you on set.
Oh, you be watching?
I've been checking it out. I see it all, Miss Mason. Absolutely. So we thank you so much, Miss April Mason, for blessing us with your knowledge of relationships and all that
I'm
stuff.
gonna get your wife, okay? You gonna let me get your wife?
I will let you.
You let me present you with some options.
Well, I had some. Another thing. That's another subject.
I'm talking about women that came through my academy.
I understand.
Okay.
But I think I'll have a little, not confident as well, because I'm such a, I'm a $120.
Okay.
And so a lot of women, that's another whole subject, and we won't go into that, but a lot of women do not like small men.
Yeah, you did write that on my comment. I saw you wrote a whole dissertation on that.
You know I did. Yeah, and it's true. When they have all the little options up there about, what kind of men body type you like.
We do, but let me explain. Let me give you this before we close out for the evening. When women say that, if you're a good guy, you're not going to pass it up. When a woman says, I want a man to make 6 figures, what she's saying is, I want a man that can provide. It's not necessarily 6 figures per se.
I just don't believe.
There it is, to believe.
Because I believe that women are just as materialistic and visual as men. Honestly.
We are, but let's put it like this. I've always attracted a certain type of man. But there was one guy, he was 5'6", and he was singing to me from the stage with dreads, and I would have never. No, 5'6", I would have never done that. And, but he had the most beautiful smile, and his energy was magnetizing. So we dated for a really long time. So I think we say, we won't do X, Y, and Z, but I promise you, you step to a woman with confidence, and you step to her, letting her know this is what it is, she can't refuse you because, well, put it like this, because that I teach there's a difference between a woman and a wise woman. A wise woman won't do that. They gotta keep going.
Correct. And I know we gotta wrap it up. But Matt, can you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to thank you
so much
for giving all the awesome advice, and you're beautiful.
Thank you, darling.
And we thank you for being here at XtrOdinary Live.
Thank you. Y'all give it up for April Mason.
unless you use your heart and your soul to really touch them and to really understand where they're coming from. So when people listen to the album, I really want them to be able to listen to it with their heart, to understand what I'm trying to convey or what I'm saying. So it's like you really can't reach me using your hand, you really can't see me with your eyes. You have to reach
I have to
me
feel you, right?
with your hands.
It's a vibe, it's a connection, it's a
vibe, yeah.
cool. Awesome. You got any music videos or?
I have one music video out called Wasted, which was on my first project. Actually, the director, Romain Phillips, is here from that video. He's gonna shoot the new video for the new album.
Awesome. That's what. And do you do any shows or what? You know, what if you're here in a local in the Atlanta area, correct?
Yeah, locally in Atlanta, I stay in Sandy Springs. So yeah, I do shows here and there. Right now, I'm getting ready to start promoting the new album. So this is actually my first show for the new album, premiering some new songs that no one has heard before.
That's what's up. Love it. So who inspires you? Who, if you could pick an artist that inspires you, who would you say inspires you?
I like a lot of artists. I really love artists that really can just sing.
Okay. So what genre would you say is your favorite, your main genre? Everybody has a main thing. What's your main genre? R&B.
R&B. Like I love Jasmine Sullivan. I'm a huge fan of Brandy. I love Legend.
John. Okay.
Just anyone that could really just blow and just really sing. Just give them a mic and they could just go for it.
Good melody.
They put on a big production and you'll still feel what they're trying to say.
Right. Well, I definitely honored to meet you because the theme song, I didn't know Chris knew you personally. I actually did not know where the song came from. So definitely when the owner told me about it, that we were going to have you on the show, I was definitely thrilled for having you because it sounded good. In fact, on my social media, I think somebody asked me, that, I don't know if they thought it was me or they were just inquiring about who it was. So that's good. That means that people like your music. Sounds good. Sounds good. So tell everybody where we can find you on social media.
You can look me up on social media at Redris1. So you can just type in Redris, all my stuff will pop up. It's spelled R-E-D-R-I-S. I'm probably the only person on Google with that.
Here, Redris1. And Instagram?
Instagram is Redris1. Facebook is Redris.
Awesome.
Snapchat is Redris.
Awesome.
So if you just look up Redris in Google, everything will pop up there. You can probably.
That's what's up. And we're gonna close the show out and give us a little something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing for you a couple of songs. The first song is from my first album that came out in 2016, which is on iTunes and Pandora and everywhere else you can order that. And the last two songs are gonna be on my new album called Braille. So my first album was called Set It All on Fire. The second album is called Braille, Blinded by Fire. So they kind of go hand in hand.
Well, most definitely, we want to everybody to download that, check out this Braille. We definitely look forward to hearing you close out the show and give us a little something else. All right?
Definitely, I'm excited.
All right.
Talking, we don't need words to say how we feel. Your body language tells me all I need. Oh, I reminisce when we could make love again. Making love all night. We'll be floating up the bed.
XtrOdinary Live. Y'all give it up for Redris.